Hi, my name is Amanda Matson, and I've got another video for my students. This one is the video for when you have data that's not quite ready to use when you realized that you wanted to do something and Posit.Cloud is mad at you. And so we need to clean data. So you'll notice in my environment, I don't have anything but my one data set called temperatures or temps. And I need to have a way to know that I've got a bunch of numbers that it makes sense to play with. Typing temps and then a $sign, and then it gives me a list of things that I can choose from. Latitude, longitude, country, city, average temperature, and the uncertainty that goes with it. And so I'm interested in the average temperature, but I had a problem with it when I looked at earlier, because when I look at my average temperature, I have a whole lot of NA elements, and I want to make sure that these don't actually mess me up. And so even though it says I've got 3,000 observations, I have 2,800 of them that didn't show up. And so I need to get rid of that. So the first thing I'm going to do, so this was like check for NA. I'm going to take, there's a truck just drove by, I don't know if you can hear it. So I take my temps, which is from above, and it's going to become what I get when I take the original temps, and I drop NA for my average temperature. And so this is what I do when I'm gonna like make something new that's the same name as the old thing. Sometimes I'll even rename this as clean temps. All right, that would be fine, just to indicate this has been cleaned. I have gotten rid of the NAs. And I hit play. And now I get clean temps has 189 observations left over after I got rid of all of the NAs. And when I come back and rerun this one, it looks very similar. Oops, I forgot to change. When I put in clean in front of it, the NA part went away. And so I've cleared out any NAs. And the other thing I like to check for are outliers. Our outliers is if it's too far from the mean. And so this is a check for outliers. Oops. And I get my code block. I need to know what my mean is. Temps with my average temperature. I'm going to push it into mean. Where that 0 come from? And I need a sigma. Mean temps. Average temperature. Push it into standard deviation. Now I'm going to say, we're going to call it inner temps, something that says I got rid of the outliers. So these are central temps. And this is going to become what I get when I'm filtering. But I'm not just doing clean temps. I want the clean temps that are between mu minus 3 times sigma and mu plus 3 times sigma. And so inner temps becomes what I get when I filter clean temps. Clean temps goes there. Between temperature. So this is my data set. This is my column. It should be fine with me now. Oh, I lost a parenthesis on my between. There we go. And I had 2 outliers. If I look in my corner, I went from 189 to 187. When I go back up here and check my summary, I'm expecting to see different information. So like my max is now 33.8, my min is negative 20.282. And I got the same thing because I did it again, enter. There we go. Notice my min is now different. And so when I remove the outliers, I get rid of something on the far left side. And so my data now, I got rid of my outliers and I got rid of my NAs. Everything looks all clean and ready to go. And so my data that I'm going to be using is called inner temps, and I want it to be the average temperature. If I want to save some time later, and I'm going to do a code block where I'm going to take my inner temps. I'm going to write.csv, and then let's call it inside temperatures. Okay. And then there's a command for road names. Road names, where did road come from? There's a command for when you don't want the row names, not road, but row. Row names equals false. So write.csv, row names equals false, and play. And now it shows up down here inside temperatures.csv. And so next time I load this, I can get rid of everything except for my inside temperatures.csv. And I'll go straight to this inner temps of 187. And so my data is now clean and ready for me to use. Thank you.